I just load off the game.
Yeah, I'm into it already. What's your first impressions in Civs here? Especially for Russia,
Uh,
we got Britons, Bengalis on flank, and then Burgundians, Sicilians in pocket.
I think the Civs are pretty even. I would I would like the Aussie Civs more, I think, but I don't think you can, you know, count out the Russian Civs for sure.
Bengalis are
Do you
Britain's
think
ranges, man. I want to see elephant archers.
from Bengalis?
Yeah, I
I
just
mean,
get
late game is pretty scary, right?
in late game if they get there and just shitting out fucking Ellie archers from their ranges, man. That is gonna be sick.
Mm. But then the Aussie Civs are pretty strong as well. Like, if you're talking purely late game, Saracen Mamelukes, and then Bohemians with
Yeah,
Halbutnis,
war
pretty strong.
elephants.
True, or at least,
uh,
yeah.
I don't know if you're probably not gonna see it, but Razor deleted walls to push his deer, man, and he's now rebuilding the walls.
Yeah, I'm just tuned in now. What are you at? 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's about the
Cool,
4 minute mark.
caught up. Cool. Yeah, why did he rebuild? He deleted so much of the wall as well.
He's not a sheep in the gate kind of guy, is he?
No. I mean, it is risky if they come forward and they steal a sheep and mess up your lure. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And no one really is going to come forward and double lane through the gate and get inside your base.
I think the assumption is most players are just pushing deer at that point as well, right? So
Exactly. Yeah.
I've just never seen someone delete as many as like 4 tiles of palisade. It's usually like 1 or 2, you know?
Yeah. I mean, one is enough.
like 1 does seem like enough. 4
Exactly.
marginal gains, man. That's all that wood gone.
So who have they got? Vinch, Warrior. Oh, the Legend Rapard. Good game.
Yeah, no
I've
dark.
actually never seen. I've never seen Good Game not force picking Mongols, so pretty confused by him being Brick Flank. I'll be surprised if he knows what to do actually.
I've seen him play a couple of practice games. I think you would. I think on face value, you would see Dark not being there, and you're going to good game. You'd think that's probably a bit of a drop, and I think that's a fair statement. But Dark hasn't been. He's not been overly impressive, in all honesty, in his Russia games.
Mm.
So we'll see.
I think it's hard though. I don't know where Dark fits in the Russian team. I guess is the problem. So I mean, I can see Good Game playing well in the Russian team for sure.
Yeah, we get
Then
2
you got
players up.
Repard and Warrior. Yeah, so Aussies look like they're going to play fast feudal. And then Repard, I think that's their FC from Repard. Double lumber camp, farm already.
Yeah, looks like it. Repard has been someone who's impressed me the most, man, from Pocket. He's such a beast from Pocket.
Hmm.
He can his boom is just so clean, and he maintains relatively decent numbers of knights, and has pretty good transitions to imps and hits the upgrades. Nice. Played really well.
The crazy
yesterday.
banana salesman is a beast. What was the score, by the way, of Russia and Sweden?
2-1 Sweden.
So Australia needs to win 2 games.
Yeah, all they gotta do is just win the series, right? And then they're good. Which I think
Okay.
that was the perfect result for them yesterday. Oh, look at Razor's walls.
That is kind of big brain in a hilarious way.
You're also playing against Vinch. Vinch is coming forward.
All he has to do now is wall diagonally
He's
across.
Is he gonna trash that wall? Bruv, it's open.
Looks like it. I don't love that range, to be honest.
It's a bit forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 ranges. And tower behind.
I would have preferred a diagonal wall in front and then just build the ranges back. And because then that child from Razor. Okay.
Tower's a bit weird.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. And then he went back and is kind of unsure.
But Vince is already making his tower in range of his, so Razor's going to commit to it anyway, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Fortunately for Bohemians, they have the cheaper blacksmith, I'm pretty sure, so
Yeah, and you can
they will
see
still be able to afford.
should be able to get Fletching without too many issues. There's only single range from Vinch. Topside, Soxy double range. And of course double range from Good Game. Playing his Brits, no big surprise there.
Yeah, and Repard's going for the FC. So, I mean, Aussies have a small time window where they can do something, but, I mean, the hideout is hideout, right? And you already have the walls. So it'd be interesting to see how much they can get done.
Yeah, it's second game in a row they're gonna play for Feudal and actually add in scouts. I'm kinda surprised we just don't have like one person going Feudal Age and one going for FC. I just have one side play a little bit more defensive. Maybe the Arclight takes some more map control going forward.
I don't know how much I should say about like the approach. Obviously, I know the approach, but they definitely want to play aggressive.
Yeah.
As seen by the double ranges, which I think is kind of good, especially on Razor's side. Like they're probably clear up this tower.
I think so. Some archers are going to go down. The villagers are still there.
But Robo's clearing them up. Robo's back.
Yeah. That's not too bad. Two more archers come out.
Vinny's doing a good job now. Vinny's doing really good.
Vince is doing a decent job of keeping this tower alive. It just keeps just popping back in and out. And archers are going down, in fairness, from Razor.
Oh, yeah. It's not looking great.
Like, how's he kept that tower alive?
Aye.
And it's nearly
Does
back
your
up to
stream
full
have
HP.
like the Titanic emotes? Like the
Nah, it doesn't.
explosions and shit?
No. Not yet.
Man.
Not yet. Don't.
Don't
Maybe next
count you
year.
out.
Get me to 250 subs. Let's go.
And on the top side, like Aussies went scouts, and then they haven't really got as much damage as they probably would like. I think Big Game's doing a pretty good job.
And he's just gonna mass.
And then, yeah, and then Repard is up. Let's see what he does. One stable, PC. Okay.
Sicilians.
So Chris,
Gonna get that up.
Price
Nice
is
and
going
fast.
for upgrades as well. So
Oh.
they're probably going to try counteract the one stable from Repard, which kind of makes sense, right? Because in some respects, the scouts or the knights with no upgrades are just high HP scouts. In like a really weird way of looking at it. So I don't know if it's a great decision, but it could be okay.
Well, let's find out. We had the Australia game yesterday against Sweden, and like it's kind of similar. You had the opposing flank just kind of hiding behind his walls for all this time. Just not want to take any bad engagements.
Yeah. I think Hideout kind of suits that, obviously, because of how the map spawns, and then obviously already having walls. It's hard to wonder whether they've got enough damage on the top.
Bench wins the tower war, by the way.
Yeah.
Tower goes down from Razor. So they are committing. More Razor's archers are going down though. Let's go Fletching now. Scouts going down from Robo as well.
Yeah, these have been crazy fights. I think really Razor had to just be more patient and pull like 8 villagers.
Dude, the tower has 11 kills. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
That's insane.
It is because he kind of half committed. He sent 4 vills originally the first time, and it wasn't enough. 3 vills were hitting the tower, 1 was hitting the house. And yeah, Vince did a pretty good job there. But it feels like it was more Razor making a mistake than Vince doing a good job.
He's doubled down. He's got a second tower there, so pushing that position is going to be a lot more challenging now. North side, It's turn for the Aussies to hide behind walls. Good games coming forward. Unites there from Ripard as well. Starting to feel a bit nervous if you're Soxy and Chris.
It's kind of a weird situation, right? Because Chris is going double stable scouts to try and counteract the one stable knights from Repod. So I guess the Australians just have to play behind a Palace of Tommy from Alex. Or Soxy, sorry. But Repod is pulling ahead. So I guess Chris has to do some kind of all-in now. Because there's no use trying to catch up on Eco. Realistically, Repod should have a third TC. He is going to be in the third TC.
Yep.
So it's tough.
Double stable for Chris. He's also his farming economy is really set up for an all-in, right? He's got 26 farms here.
Yeah.
So I don't mind adding another stable. He needs to get more in gold, but I think that's probably the right call for him. It looks like they are getting a bit of a clear up on the archers though. He does have upgrades on the scouts. Because Repard's moved on to Chris. And that means the archers are totally exposed. And Good Game's having massive losses. Holy.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake from Repard. Like, I don't know in what universe someone in this game would die to just knights in the Palisade Wall. So, kind of a weird one, and now your flank just lost all of his archers.
He's literally lost everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Super weird decision.
What a throw. And he's on the way up to Castle Age and everything. Soxy gets into Castle Age. He's Saracens. He's going to be going for crossbow. He's going to be going for Bodkin. He's going to be knocking on the door.
Yeah. And Good Game's only 40% up. So, yeah, that's kind of scary. Repard is 4 TC though.
Yep. Adding in our stable. This is Repard thinks he loves to boom and he'll boom hard.
Yeah, so Repard now, if all he has to do is kind of survive the next, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then he should be able to Night Flood. And that should be the play, because Chris should all in. Alex is a big army mass, so all Repard needs to do is all in, kill their army, and they won the game. On this side, pretty much.
Other side, still defending. Razor's up to castle just about. Finch is just about up, so they're actually going to get into Castle Age at pretty much the exact same time. That range is going to go down from Razor, and there's now a bit of an entrance into his base. It's not the best entrance, but it is some sort of an entrance.
And then they're going to be up against Cavaliers, which is a little bit scary, and I think, yeah, Warriors 3 stable. So Robo is only 2 stable.
Yeah, he's going 2 TC, and keeping 2 TCs is a little bit more challenging as well, keeping them running. Just run through the foot so fast.
Yeah.
But Good Game is having some major issues right now. His whole economy is idle. Literally, it's illegal.
Yeah. But he's doing a good job of microing, and I think what he has to realize is that this is actually kind of okay. Because at the end of the day, Repard is going to carry in a second, and they're going to kill all of Alex's army, or Soxy's army, sorry. So, if he's tilted, it should be tilted.
Yeah, Repard's up to 76 vills now.
Yeah. He's 35 vills ahead of Price, and then... Yeah, now Repard can miss Night Flood, and it should be game.
Selling's economy, man, is absolutely sick.
Yeah.
These heavy ploy farms.
It is kind of the power of the FC1 stable against scouts. Usually on Arabia, if you were playing in such a way, the flank would just be defeated, right? Or the pocket would get doubled. But on a hideout, it's harder to do both of those things. So you question whether it's a good strategy, but
my question is,
not known at the moment.
for Razor going up against Finch, do you think Razor's feeling good right now? Feeling like, okay, I'm actually holding against Finch, one of the best players in the world. Like for the meantime, but like in the general terms of the game.
I think knowing Razor, he'd be pretty frustrated about how it played out. To be honest, I don't think he's really worried that it's Finch. In all honesty, like I don't think he can have that mentality.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess that's probably one of the hardest things, like a Nations Cup. Like, it's some of these teams have just got like, these 2K5, 2K6, and I think you probably just can't worry about it.
yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's a team game, right? And there's been so many examples of just like big players not being able to have impact on games. Right? Like look at Norway, for example. Arguably two of the best players in the world, and they lost to the damn UK. Like,
I'm
there's-
BF noobs.
exactly.
Literal
exactly.
BF
So,
noobs.
Yeah.
And I was
But,
calling for
yeah,
it. Ellie Archers are coming out from the Rangers.
yeah, it's actually stream cheating. To be honest. This is a scary army for Robert to deal with, and he can't go camels. He has to have a lot more knights to beat the Cavaliers,
Hmm.
and the monks are just scary.
Yeah, got four
Like
of
it's a
them
hard
added in.
position to be in.
Yeah. It's
And
just
then on the
camping
top
hell in the
side-
meantime.
Yeah, top side it's even game. Rapid's doing a crazy thing here. He's trying to surround those crossbows. Looks like a decent surround.
Nice
but
micro.
sucks his micro more. Yeah.
Yeah, nice micro. Good game's gonna lose
Kind
all
of
his
a
archers
crazy
again.
fight. Yeah. Repard, man. So that's like the dualness of the Repard, you know, like he's so carry yet so Repard at the same time. Like very very few people would take that fight.
He's a maverick, man.
Yeah, he is.
His economy is looking sick. He's got like twice as much villas as any other two players, pretty much. Goes to the castle at home, uses that as his Imperial Age building. He's probably going to be into
But he's up.
Halberg. He's going to be onto big
Yeah.
Cavalier numbers, and he's going to be laughing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the top side is pretty over.
And then bottom
for the
side,
Australian team.
it's looking a little bit shaky. Nice hit on the monks though. Bench does have redemption, so the mangonels get cleared up. But before monks go down, so it's a big gold cost. Robo looking to take the engagement. Thinks better of it.
It's very hard as well because the Aussies are kind of disjointed, so the Russian team can kind of pick and choose when to fight. Oh, Warrior's actually not patrolling. Okay, no, it's patrolling.
None of Warriors Cavalier are like attacking there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
literally like 20 of them just standing still. Oh, nice attack round from Ben Shaw.
Yeah. Maybe he messed up his patrol and just didn't change the stance like quick enough. But yeah, that's a rough one for the Aussies. The score's actually very close, but obviously the imp timing from Repard is going to make it tough.
Yeah. Oh, Bench.
Again, like,
Bench gets so much value from that mango. It's gonna go down now.
yeah.
9 kills in the
Yeah.
end though. Robo just pulls back. Repard, how many stables is the big man on? He's on 5. And night numbers are growing.
It's got a lot of gold. A lot.
Yeah, 50 on
needs
gold.
more farmers.
Bruv.
Repard didn't even have bloodlines that whole time.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, good games coming forward. Does he have enough for a castle? No, I think he's going to go for a TC on the outside then. Have to buy the stone. And Chris and Sogsy. I think next stage is for them. Just delay as much as you can, or do you want to try and take this fight?
I mean, I think it's tough. I mean, Repard has +4 now. He's delayed long enough, so they're dead essentially, which is unfortunate. Alex is only, or Soxy's only 30% up. Price is nowhere near up, so I don't know why Repard doesn't wait for Cavalier, so he can just like finish the game properly, but now he's got it. He can just run into Soxy's base, and any fight they take into it, even if they somehow lose a fight, it's still an effective trade.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the +6 as well.
Yeah, Hallberg again. Can just raid
Yeah.
for days on end.
I'm
I'm gonna try and whittle down the numbers. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Yeah, it's the GG fight.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Price is night flooding against +6 Cavalier. So even though they're winning the fight, it's kind of an illusion. Because if he has to night flood, he's never going to win.
And Southside, Castle versus Castle now. For some reason, Razor hasn't garrisoned in his tower.
He's probably just trying to get all the bills down.
We're gonna
He's gonna get
we're
that
gonna have big Doubtslide. Doubtslide incoming. Oh, he's gonna try and rush it with like 20 bills. Razor, no, not like this. Bro, not like this. Doubtslide. I love the forward TC from Vinch as well. It's so cheeky on. It's perfect in between the gold and stone. Yeah.
Because he can steal the res, and there's not much gold in this map, so if by some miracle they get pushed back, he will evade some of the res.
And if like
Yeah,
Robo
he's getting raided.
does come with like some knights, it's just so easy to just hop in the TC, right?
Yeah. They're probably looking to take that hill as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that big one just before.
I think having that hill is just that would be the clincher for that side, but it's not looking good on both of them now. They are kind of staying alive on the other side. Soxy's up to Arb. Scott Bracer, he's waiting on chemistry. Oh, Night Spam is incoming, and the forward stables even from Repard now as well, so just reinforcing is going to be that much easier.
Yeah. It looks like the Australians are holding on top, but it's kind of, once again, it's kind of an illusion.
Yeah.
All Repard has to do is just, like, mass his damn army, and they will win a fight. But he's kind of tricking it in, just making it look tough.
And good game, going for the castle forward, going to cover the stone, more range is coming. He's got... Repard's even got a 1 Villager TC, Sicilian, so it's going to go up in no time.
Wow, yeah.
I also like that.
Shit.
And Razor's in danger of getting defeated here, I feel.
He's gonna get that castle up.
He deletes it. Bruv.
I think the Aussies should probably call it, but it looks like there's some post-imp walls going up from Robo there, so it feels like they think they can maybe drag it out, but I think they're kind of more confident by the score than anything. But their position, obviously, from our perspective, is pretty bad.
Yeah, not looking too hot. Warrior only just getting Loom at minute 39, by the way. So he's had a pretty,
Really well.
he's had a pretty easy time of it. And good game. Just has such a big mass of crossbows. He's not an imp yet, but he's gonna have ARP. He's gonna have Trebs coming out as well. It's not looking too good at all.
Repard should just, like, if Repard just doesn't want to head fight, he should just go raid Bryce, because the only thing now that kind of is bad for Sicilians is Paladin if Price can ever get there, so just, like, 20 or so ARPs from Sox isn't going to do much. Shooting and Persian are kind of the power plays. And interestingly enough, Robo is running up the top, so I guess they called for a swing from Robo, but Razor is going to get defeated because of that.
Yeah, and Pete pointed out in chat, like, Vince just goes for the wall up as well and just gives, like, Razor nowhere to run to as well. That's just, like, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a smart play.
He's trying to chop through.
Robo...
He's actually trying to chop through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the market in there. And GG. Russia going up 1-0. That was the neutral map. That was the last one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it could be a pretty important one. You're now going to have to beat Russia on Arabia and then win your own home map.
So is Arabia our home map and then Team Acropolis is theirs?
Yeah, Russia is Arabia and Aussie is Team Macro.
Okay, so it's Team Acropolis next, right?
Should be. It would take some serious balls to say, let's play your home map.
Oh, yeah.
So you assert dominance on your opponent.
Exactly. But I think this game, the I, I'm not honestly I'm not really sure about the scouts in pocket. I mean, I understand why you'd want to do it. Like get the pressure on, get the map control, but it just feels like
It's just not worked. It's the second game in a row, 2 days in a row. It's just not worked.
well the thing is I mean I don't know how much I should be saying this, but we've had success in practice sets with it.
Hmm.
So I guess maybe there's kind of obviously there's a reference point to say this is good.
Yeah.
But obviously different teams, different drafts, different map generations,
Hmm.
different situations can kind of impact how strategy works, right? So
Totally. It's a hard start. Hopefully the Aussies can get something going in Team Acropolis. It's been always a good safety valve for them. I don't know if they've not lost a lot of games on Team Macro. I think there's maybe only one or something they've lost.
yeah, no, I don't think so.
It might even be zero.
Um,
I'm really
in the
surprised.
tournament,
Yeah, I'm really
yeah.
surprised they didn't get picked yesterday as a home map. I think that was a bit of a blunder in the draft.
So with the Aussies, it's okay. We got great cav archers with Tatars. We've got Paladin with Cumans, Imperial Camo with Hindus, and Genoese of Italians. Right? That's the comp in mind.
It's a nice comp.
Whereas for yeah, whereas for Russia, you have Burmese, right? So you're either playing Arambai or Knights in Castle Age, most likely,
Or,
and then an
or,
Imp
or, or,
or what?
or Ellie's. Let's get real.
There's no way that you can afford that, right?
Come on, put some
Yeah. So
respect.
then you might play
Your
Camels
place,
and Imp,
worm.
but then I mean no Camels, Elephants and Imp. Sorry, but
Mhm.
after playing Arambai, that's kind of hard to make the change, and then Lith and Koreans have very clear late game options.
Yeah.
But Biz is kind of that
Know your
weird
place,
what do I
worm.
play kind of thing.
Like, what's their
You
power
can play
play
a
now,
lot.
apart from Katas, which is going to be extremely difficult to get to?
Yeah, I mean technically Katas are good versus I mean technically Katas are good versus Italian and Indian, right? But
Is it going to be
yeah,
Cataphracts? That would be sick. And if anyone's going to try
that
and
would
pull
be
off
awesome.
Katas, it's going to be Ripard.
Yeah, I
if
mean
anyone, if
I
anyone's
believe
going
in
to do
him.
it, I believe in him as
I
well.
completely
I
believe.
can see it happening. Or are we going to get a big slogfest? Usually, most of these games are an hour plus, easy. Big trade fest, hour and ferry. The Aussies should be used to it by now, and I kind of like the approach that they've been going for in Team Acro with like nearly having all four civs, or at least three of them. Kind of like a heavy cav approach, depending if they're shooting arrows or if they have swords, and then they have Genoese, likely going to be the end game. For Italians, I kind of like as well, which is an anti-cav civ, of course.
Yeah, I think mobility is a pretty big thing on this map. So, like, quite clearly, the best sims are like Mongols and Berbers, right? You really want good mobile sims. So sims like Ethiopians probably aren't as good on this map. Uh,
We have
so
seen some fucking teams go for Baguette Belzo and actually pull it off.
that's true. Like, go for like feudal aggression on the.
Yeah, it has happened. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen like in last 16 with more teams and how the approaches actually differ. I seen France C go for like double forward the two players, and it worked really well when they played it.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. I think because of the
I feel
distance between
like
each other.
yeah, I feel like it shouldn't work though. In some respects, like if a team goes for like the walls, um, the distance, like you said, and like having to go up the hill, and the fact that Res is kind of close to the TC, like there's no way you should die.
Yeah, you can see walls coming up already. We have two docks in the middle. And usually a dock in the middle is a good sign that the player's going to be going for FC. Ripard is Byzantine zone, could go for some fires. And it's actually Robo is playing Hindustani this time. This has usually been the map which Chris has been playing Hindustani nearly every time.
I think I think it makes sense for Chris to play humans. And Robo's probably playing that like generic Av role. So Hindus falls into that fun. Um, but yeah, I could imagine that Repard might want to fight water and kind of deny fish from Robo. That would make a lot of sense. And Byzantines would be really good at that.
Yeah, 4 deep fish in there, so not to be sniffed at. It's a decent amount of food
Yeah,
for
and then you
sure.
can fish boom afterwards.
Could do, yeah. It's a very risky fish
Yeah.
boom, but
Hey, it's worth a shot.
why not? Eh? He's gonna go for free fish. Same for Robo. Where do you think humans are going to put their TC? You can see how the Acropolis is kind of generated. There is actually some nice safe wood lines in the back here for the Aussies. Same thing for the Russians. They're way up to the back wood line.
I would go at the back, and then I would drop my third TC and Castle Age at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, you've got enough gold there. For sure. And, like, what is that map control going to give you this early? I would argue not much. I would rather have, like, the safer Ridico, but Chris is going to...
Chris is going out to the front. I kind of like the back TC as well, just for the safety. I know there's a fuck ton of room there for farming as well. Like, oh my god, there's...
Exactly.
There is also the boar as well. I don't know if he did spot it. So you try and get on. Oh, he didn't even see the wood line. He's got no idea about that wood line in the back. He sees the one in the left, but he doesn't actually know about that one specific one that's right behind him.
So I would say that's a mistake, personally. But we'll see how it plays out. Still be fun. The only thing is though, like, is if aggression does come, like I see wagons on that TC in the future, you know?
yeah, big time. And wagons and Castle Age from Vinch is not going to be a fun thing to deal with. Vinch is in Feudal Age already though. He's going to be going for some scouts, Korean scouts. We don't see it all that often, but Team Acropolis, let's go, champ.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be scouts into wagons. Interesting. Maybe he just wants the map control. Yeah, but it is a big one for sure. Probably just trying to cover the Burmese going through a round by.
Yeah, makes sense. And Scout Eco is going to set his economy up very nice as well. Which means he could have a bit of a short castle age, perhaps.
I mean, like, it sets up his eco nicely, but it depends how many scouts he makes in castle age, right? If he makes too many, then we might not see wagons until 22, 23 minutes. And then it begs the question, like, what was the point of scouts?
Yeah.
Right. So...
He's added 2. Robo has added a fire galley in the middle as well. One's already went down because Repard's only just get in. I think he doesn't even make a fire at this point.
Is he going fast castle? Yeah, he's going to fast castle.
Yep.
He's just giving up water to Biz.
And he's going for stable, so it's actually blacksmith stable. He does want to make some camels.
Okay. I mean, look, it's not bad at all. Like, I mean, Byzantines can still play a nice castle age, make a lot of camels, go in cheaply, and then make heavy camels, right? Thinking about the super long term where gold efficiency starts to play in, obviously Biz are going to be bad, but until that point, Biz will be good. So maybe we were getting a bit ahead of ourselves, talking about like the pure late game when everyone has full trade and making the best unit they can make.
An hour and 10 minutes into the game.
Exactly, right.
Still got a long ways to go for that.
Yeah.
Okay, Little Scout War on the outside. You see Robo's added a couple of spears. He's not fully walled yet. Minute 13. Same thing for the Russians, of course, but they're the ones playing on the front foot. Bit of engagement coming. Good game.
Yeah, Robo.
Losing some scouts.
Robo's doing a good job of defending, but his eco is kind of... He's banking up a lot of wood, which isn't nice. He needs to convert that into farms quickly.
Yeah, he does have horse car. Gonna try and get him down now. Gotta be careful, good game. Doesn't try and snipe any farms here.
Yeah. And another thing I don't like about that TC out the front is actually where it's placed is there's not a lot of good, safe area to farm. And like Robo is reefing right now with that house in like prime farming real estate area
He really
in front
is,
of
isn't
Crash TC. Yeah, I would have broken my flare button if I saw that.
There's actually
I'll be
two
honest.
patches of deer there as well that have kind of like joined up together.
Yeah.
Go
That's
and,
literally
go and mill that shit.
map hacks from Krazini. Yeah.
Okay, scouts to the left from good game. Robo's going to try and get these walls up in the back. Soxy is just lagging a little bit there in his walls. And Razor should be walled up pretty damn soon as well. And see, the Russians aren't anywhere close to being walled up. Front looks fine, but it's starting to make work on the back. They've got so much eco in the back of their base here with the Acropolis just behind. Super safe.
And Winchester's going to get a bill on the front.
Yep, looks
But
like
yeah,
it.
it's just like it's rough. Front is rough, but Chris has got 46 bills, so he is ahead still, right? And humans are always scary.
Yeah, I get like the question is like, why do you put the TC out in front? Maybe it gives you a little bit more map. But you're gonna be like, the thing is the gold, right? But you do have the gold at home,
Yeah.
which he isn't even touching.
Exactly
So
right.
like, why take the
you
risk?
don't need that gold too early.
Yeah.
Like you gotta earn the map control in some respects. And like you can do that by, booming in the back, getting the castle, and then going up. But Alex or Soxy can protect him with cav archers for now, which is good.
Yep, free farm rank. Looking hella good.
Mhm.
Castle is up for Warrior though, so Armbai are gonna be moving over as well now.
And Rambai are great versus pretty much everything.
Everything with a
in
sword,
Castle.
for sure.
Yeah. Even versus cav archers, if Russia can take a good fight on the cav archers, your Rambai will eat them up. I mean, they're especially good versus Razor, who's playing feudal archers at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could be scary, but I think Warrior has to just be patient with his. Like, don't take bad fights for CA. I think you have to wait for them to force a fight, and then your like crazy DPS takes over.
Just, like once you get to a good mass, like Armbai are insane. The worst thing you can do is just like get picked off one by one.
Exactly.
Like the Tatar
Yeah,
CA
yeah.
especially, well, it'll just be they'll eat them up.
And I think you really want to
He's on.
really want to try and make them work in Castle Age, because in Imp they kind of a bit meh.
Yeah. He's onto the second castle already. He's gonna put the second castle in front of good game. I like that. That's good teammate right there. Right in front of the gold.
But why wouldn't he just build it down on the bottom where
It's
the golds are?
It is a good question. Maybe they just wanted to get it up ASAP.
You see, they're doing like the reverse of the Aussies. They're going, you know what, we need to lock down this already safe main goal.
Yeah,
Like, it needs
yeah.
to be double lockdown. It's kind of... Oh, it's funny.
And Raypard's trying to get those two TCs out the front. Did he make more fish? What? What? Hang on.
Yeah, so he actually
won?
water.
He actually won war. Okay. That's 6. He's 100% gonna make fish traps.
You reckon?
Did you see the Russia Nomad game?
No, I didn't.
Oh mate, fucking hell.
Did he fish me one Nomad?
Yeah, but like in a tiniest little pond in the middle of the map, he was Malians.
I respect that. I respect that.
I was honestly like his pond was like maybe a quarter of the size of this. It's in the middle. I was like, how did you even decide to go for that pond, man? It was dreadful. And then like Warrior was gonna play like he was Vikings, so you want to play obviously water with them. He didn't get to like feudal age till like minute 14 or something. Like the game was just a total disaster.
That's Nomad for you. But yeah, here's Winchester getting his castle down. We won't see a wagon until 23 minutes. But fortunately, it being Vinch, he smartly added 3 TCs before that, so
And a
you think
4.
it's not going to be bad. Yeah, and a 4.
And a 4, full boy. Double range though against the Armbai, a little bit exposed. Good game gets into Castle Age now. instant monastery, so he wants to pick up these relics.
And Oz have an advantage here. Like they're gonna have a lot more army than the Russian team, so they need to definitely get some damage done. If I was them, the player I'd be most scared of is Repard and Finch, just because of Biz. So I would be trying to pressure those front two TCs as best as I could.
Yeah, Vinch with 4 TCs is a very scary prospect.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, they should try maybe push Finch, but they need to have in the back of their mind that camels and Paladin obviously are great versus wagons, so Vinch doesn't have that many units now, and if they be aggressive, they might force Vinch into making a lot of cast army, which would be good, I would argue.
Well, let's see. It's hard to push Team Acropolis with the hill, of course.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
And a number of war Vikings are too good.
Interesting fights.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like I said, you can just run back on the hill and just wait.
And Riders of Rohirrim coming in. Chris just turns up with 16 Knights out of nowhere. And 3 TCs himself. Military lead starting to grow. Really double military.
Well, this is really good for the Aussies, I would say.
They're just looking
It's
a
Warrior and... You go, sorry.
They're just looking a little bit cagey here. Understandable.
I think Robo needs to get over here. Like, I don't know what he's up to.
Camels are coming now.
But if you look at it, the Aussies are in a good spot because, like, good game bits out of TCs. Warrior is all in, and Repard's pretty much whole eco is being harassed at the front there. So the only player of Russia that's kind of in a full boom scenario is Vinch. Even then, he's starting to add wagons now, and obviously Price is still ahead of him. Probably not for long.
Yeah.
Before TC.
Yep.
But I think Oz can be happy with their position. They just need to. I think they need to play around now as around the cast flag. So if I'm Australia, I'm probably going to try cut the Paladin. I don't know. It's hard. It's obviously hard to make a call in the moment, but they're not going to get anything done now.
Is Chris going to go for Cap Ram? He is. Oh boy. Cap Ram coming in. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared. It's kind of all in, and there's a lot of Arambas there, right? All it takes is one bad fight, and Razor's army is gonna be useless because you really need that massive crossbows. So
All 4 of the Aussies here. They're not too far behind in villager numbers, only by 10 at the moment. Let's see if they can maintain that. Still got a 50 military lead. Arambai gonna come over. Ballistics is in for Razor as well, which could be huge. And Chris is just gonna go after this TC.
Now. Yeah. Repod's now is making a few more stables to add more camels, which is obviously a good call. Yeah, look at those wagons being eaten by the Hindustanis. I mean, it's so far it's seeming like a good push.
I've never seen this for Cumans on this map in Team Acro. Usually it's all about getting that timing on Imp and then getting to like Cavalier and Paladin. The Cap Ram push is something that's going to really take me by surprise.
It's interesting because then once you clear this area, it kind of asks you like, what now? Because realistically, like, I don't see a universe in which the Cap Rams can do anything meaningful on the top. So yeah, it's hard to be sure. The Repard is definitely getting damage done to him. But that's a pretty good clear up for the Russians, I think.
Yeah, once the Knights go down,
Warriors.
More coming over.
Marking kind of funny. He should dive now. He can kill all those crossbows if he jumps.
Of course, Arambai with the missed shots. Just need to get close.
Exactly right. I think he should commit, personally.
He's feeling a little bit nervous. It's always Iron Bite, that's all he's got. He's only in 55 Vils.
Like you said, they probably all got that cagey feeling.
Yeah. And
Like these fights he's taking, Warrior's taking, where he's just patrolling into their cav archers, it's just crazy. Like you either fight or don't. That's the thing. Like there's no in between.
God,
Because out of range, it's so inaccurate.
yeah, and he's trying to get close here. Raypard forced up a cancel with 40 Vils. And he is getting close to Razor, and look at the expos just go down. Oh, it's just like, it's literally like watching a Mangonel shot.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Vinch is up. He's gonna have 4 wagons. Bracer, Ken. Gonna be hard for the Aussies to deal with. And is anyone in the Aussie team close to being him? Robo. That's looking up.
Razor as
Sox are
well.
close. Yeah, they're all close.
It's Italians after all.
But realistically, like, Repart still has 90 Vils, and you don't need that many Vils for Byzantines. Like, he took damage, obviously, but I wouldn't say it's worth it.
Mate, his economy is a
honest.
shambles now. It's like its equal balance. He's got 20 on food. He's got like nothing in the bank. He's
Yeah,
already
he can cut now, that's the thing, right?
he's already making trade.
Yeah. I think the thing about Repart's situation is he did what he needed to do. He survived long enough now that Vinch is up, and Vinch can kind of reclaim this area back. I don't think he needs to make any more army until he gets Imp.
And look at the castles. Look at the perfect liner coming up from Russia here. Like, good game out on the right hand side. One from Raypard there. Vinch is going to make another. And he's going to make another one in the left hand side. Oh, sorry, that's the Burmese one in the middle. A nice perfect line. Going to be quite hard to push. Stonewall's coming up as well. The Aussies, of course, have been very good at stonewalling on this map.
And Vinch is doing a good job as well. It looks like it could be a little imp fest.
It looks like it. Both teams are certainly gearing up for it. Razor's even going to have to go skirms here.
And that is really not good.
That is not good at all, no.
Yeah. Like he's played well so far, but he really needs to get to like a goal unit. He most likely will use skirms as a stopgap while he gets a trade up and so he can switch the enemies effectively, but that is a time window on which, you know, Russia can get a push going. So obviously skirms don't provide anything versus cavalry units or
You need the
anything
big
like
mass
that.
of them.
Exactly. Right.
He's trying to force a castle up now. 18 bells. Aaron Bai coming over. He needs help. He needs help right now.
That hurts, yeah.
Yeah. RCA from the hill though. They just get on the hill would be nice.
And those wagons are doing a lot.
Not again. Yeah, not again indeed. Not like this. Okay, the RCA on the hill is nice though. Soxy gonna get in a couple of seconds as well. And Chris is just gonna wait. He's gonna try and delay as much as he can for cavalry and +4 so he can take a
He
good
doesn't
fight.
need to fight. Like he realistically doesn't need to worry about that castle yet. Like they had Razor still. Does Razor still have gold? Oh no, he has no gold. Okay, he kind of needs that castle, but Chris needs to think about long term. Now, because realistically, once Robo gets +4 on heavy camel, there's not a lot that the Russian team can do. The Russian team then would have to switch into Halps, one of them, and Vinch is starting to do that now. And Halps is,
Hal Boninger from
It's
Korea
not-
is just gonna be sick.
yeah, it's going to be sick, but it's not a great comp on Team Acropolis in a lot of situations when mobility becomes such a huge thing. And Aussies have lots of good mobile ships. Because the Burmese is nowhere near Imperial.
I think at this point, though, the game does become a lot more choke pointy, right? The stone
Yeah.
walls at the side, mobility a little bit less of a factor if you have forward buildings. Like, you can probably this area they're fighting in just now in between the water and the woodline's probably going to be the pushing point, right?
That's true. But the Aussies, all they have to do is just wait until they have their techs and then go. And that, it can very quickly turn either way.
Mm.
And realistically, Good Game can't do anything on his side versus Robo. Robo's got Stone Walls, he's the Camel player. Like, if he breaks through, all Robo does is just, like, gather point his production and just clear up the army very easily. So Good Game coming in to get involved in the left-hand side, I would say.
He looks like he's thinking about it. He sees the walls now and he's not really sure what to do. He's got 12 plus 3 on the Cavalier. Skirmisher's doing an alright job on the left-hand side, in all honesty. They're actually doing...
They're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing pretty
because
good.
there's no meat there, right?
And Paladin going to be coming in soon. We've got another minute and 40 to go. It does take quite a bit of time. Only 12 plus 1 on the Cavalier. Bench very slowly getting onto helps. His villagers have actually bugged out at the barracks there.
Oh, that's annoying.
That's super annoying when they do this. So, like, you tell them to build it and they don't fucking build it.
Well, that's PK where you have to babysit everything.
Yeah. Okay, good game on to Paladin now as well. Could be pretty sick. About at 40 now, we should be keeping an eye on trade to see if it is getting trickled in. You can see there's nothing from Warrior yet. And nothing from Soxy yet. He has a good massive C8.
Yeah. And this is the thing, this is the issue I would say with Burmese, is that your most valuable point is between like minute 25 and 28. And then after that you're just kind of useless. So all the units right now on the field killed around by pretty well.
And it looks like Riphard's just going to go for Heavy Camel.
Yeah, that's the correct thing to do. I would probably call the Burmese to go helps personally. And that with Heavy Camel from Repar, Paladin from Lithuania, and the Wagons from Bench, it should be like their best comp until Warrior can get to Elephant, but I think Australia's suits are better and they should probably win the game.
Man, the Skirms are doing work in these wagons, man. And then Heavy CA now, just chipping away on the Cavalier before they get Paladin. Christas lose quite a few of his. I told you, Repar did go for Fishbone.
Yeah, they're the fish trap. They're not great though. I'll be honest.
I've seen
Would
worse.
not be BF approved.
I've seen worse.
That's true.
I've seen my own.
And this is the thing with Skirms from Razor, right? They were doing a great job, but as soon as there's meat, they kind of become completely useless. So
Yeah.
hopefully now he can get onto some Genoese, which he does have. He has all the upgrades, but the unique tech and elite, I believe. But he might have the unique tech. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he did get Silk Road, so his trade's going to be nice. Getting architecture just in case they do start to get pushed back a little bit. Which they are, very slowly. The parts coming in now, +4 on the camels will be soon. Heavy Camel takes time as well, but it will be there.
Yeah, funnily enough, Robo is just making trade. He's making no army at the moment. They kind of really need him in the game, to be honest.
Like, Amp Camel should just shred.
In Camel is everything there, right?
Yeah.
So Russia do have kind of a window where they can make this happen.
I've seen him been slinging a few times already, so I don't know what the approach is for him at the moment. Like, he's on 150 bills. He's nearly going to be up to 20 trade.
I guess it is full slinging price for Paladin. That would be, I think, the call that is being made there.
He's only got 9 Paladin in the field shed. He's got 40 in the queue. Look at him trying to force up all these stables right next to the battlefield.
But if you check the stats, Robo has already slung in about 4.5k res.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what's happening. I would probably like to see, honestly, a sling to Razor for Genoese. Genoese are low-key probably the unit that kills everything here, right? So effectively. So just get Razor self-sufficient with Genoese and like Bombard Cannon potentially. And you can kind of push everyone.
Elite Kata.
It's coming.
Elite Cataphract. And look how they reinforced, like Russia reinforced their half of the map. behind us. They have like so many castles. Even if the Aussies do win this position, it's gonna take so long to get through all of this. And
Yeah.
these are fucking Byzantine castles.
It's gonna be a grind fest.
Strap yourself in.
I don't know. I was hoping it'd be a fast game so I can have too much but...
Elite Kata, man. Let's
Yes,
go. Yeah, here comes the Onager switch. The arena Onagers are pretty sick. We're trying to brutalize our way through fortified gates here. It's not going to be the quickest. Siege Ram's coming out now as well, though.
That'll be good.
And Chris is also thinking about Siege Onager by the looks of it.
I think it doesn't quite make sense. Like, I would prefer to see Robo making Camel.
Robo is going for Siege Engineers.
Probably just for Trebs.
Just for
On the
Trebs?
right hand side is gonna
Potentially, yeah.
he's gonna slowly push the castles. Use forward walls.
Feels kind of sad not having Hindustanis going for Imp Camel here. And they got, oh my god, Bench is just defending with bomber towers and everything now. Military swing is probably going to happen real soon. Siege Onager on its way. And he got the unique tech.
But those Genoese are going to do really good until the SO come. Well, Chris needs to get Paladin. If he's receiving the sling, he needs to deploy a lot more villagers because he's still not quite popped up yet.
And so only got 36 Paladin out on the field.
Yeah. And he has how many cards? There's 60 cards. Robo has 38. So it's like a 90 card Paladin play, which is enough. But he definitely needs more.
The Onager shot's coming in now. Still 35 seconds away from Siege Onager. Paladin are making some sort of ground up here. I'd love a couple of Trebs behind us, just so you can push away on the castles as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of senseless just to push without siege.
Just meat grinder, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously, it's much easier for us to say that before. I think what the Aussies need to do is they need to start proxy pushing just everywhere all over the map. And just try to split this army up, because the thing that's going to help them against the Koreans is not fighting head-on. It's like it would be good to see like Robo just start pushing into the Lithuanian.
He's making slow but steady progress. He's going for heavy camel now. He has got one Treb on that castle. Soxy even went for some wood control. He made the watchtower. And Ripard duly pulls back.
I like it. Maybe upgrade to Guard Tower if Tatars have it.
I honestly don't know how. See away on the right hand side, Robo's got 3 camels in there. I don't know how they got in there.
Probably a village open the gate. That would make the most sense.
And Robo's gonna go for Grand Trunk Road now as well, boy.
SO shot to come in and Razor's losing a lot there.
He's losing a lot of Gen boys. A lot of Gen boys dying.
Italians are kind of should be scared now. They need bomber cannons of their own against the SO. Price does have it himself, but obviously +2 range from Koreans over humans hurts a lot.
Razor has the BBC, they're just on the other side of the wood line, so he needs to pull them over to the other side. He has Bomber Tower there as well, which I really like. We've seen the last time they played in Team Acropolis, he did a great job with the Bomber Tower pushing at the end. And yeah, the Bomber Tower just clears out the Siege Onager when it tries to like make a move in the BBC. There's 5 BBC on the left hand side.
I really want to see from Warrior, I think Elephants is the play for him, because I don't think you're scared of Genoese now if you have SO behind. Just patrolling the Elephants, SO behind, and just force it. Because the Elephants will laugh at the CA and the Paladin and the Cannons. And the Rambai are not giving much here. Not much at all.
trying to get onto Hal by the looks of. He's only got 30 to 35 on food, which is a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Razor and these bombard cannons right now.
Maybe it could be a parking thing.
It kind of looks like it. He's also massed 5 trebs you see at the monasteries. It looks like he's going to add some monks as well.
Oh, massive shot.
Oh,
That hurts.
definitely needs the
Crazy,
bomber cannons. There they go.
crazy.
He's just needed the bomber cannons here.
Yeah. I've been choosing my turn really, really well.
Cataphracts are just... Oh my god, the Cataphracts might see the trebs. And Razor's trying to get him out of there.
Oh, another huge shot.
The push is coming from Russia. The bomber tower's coming in. Robo's on to Imp Camel. Finally going to be here. Is it going to be alright?
It's hard. It's very hard. I mean, realistically, Oz is still fun. Like, there's a lot of walls, there's a lot of map that the Russians have to push back.
Yeah.
But and also that like the Russians are making a lot of hubs. So if the Aussies can just wait until their gold efficiency starts to kick in, hubs do start to get worse in this map as time goes on. But obviously we're not at that point yet. I think the worst thing now for the Aussies is that they're all disjoint, like Razor's fighting on the left, Stocky's on the right. They're not really fighting together, so now, you know, they can freely raid Razor, but they can also like push him with SO and Cataphracts, which do well against them, against the Genoese.
Ben's done a lovely job. Before one of his siege onagers died, he just opened up that wood line. And like Razor's lost like 4 or 5 trebs and like 3 bomber cannons because like 6 Cataphracts got in.
Yeah, it's huge, right? I think the thing for the Aussies that they need to have in the back of their mind is that I think if this game does go on longer, they will win. But Robo, I think Robo needs to realize that there's a lot of helps here, and he just needs to push the other side. Like, he 100% just needs to go push the other side, because Paladins do a lot better with those halves than Camels do. And imagine if on the right hand side, instead of Chris Paladin running through, they were in Camels, it would be quite scary for the Russian team.
Now with Paladin's 14+5, Silk Armor only just coming in. I would have thought that came in already, but obviously not. Give a little bit extra pierce.
Is that for Tata?
Yeah, for Soxy.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to forget. Just you in some sense.
A little bit extra melee, a little bit extra pierce. Oh! Whoa. Flaming camels.
Yeah. I don't know how... They will be good if elephants come on the field, but I don't think they're good against anything yet.
Katas?
Maybe?
They generally do pretty good against melee.
I thought they have a bonus versus elephants though, or am I wrong?
I think they do as well. But he's got 3 trebs loaded up. He's going for treadmill crane. He's got conscription as well. How much stone does he have? Not a lot. He's seeing his potential wood game here. He's going for crop rotation.
I like it.
Chris
But yeah, look at Chris pushing.
He's making progress.
Right. He is, but I would love to have seen them be camels. Like I keep saying that, but Robo's not doing a lot of these camels on the left. But if they were on the right, like Robo could literally run to trade with his in camels, and the Paladin can't checks.
Looks like the castle's gonna go down though. Camels coming over from Ripard now as well. 76 paladins in the queue. Holy, and look at the full monk play from Razor now. Look at his... Bruv, come on, you gotta get them targeted more than one.
He doesn't have the inventory cheats.
Doesn't have the macros?
It's understandable why.
Yeah. I kinda like going after the siege onagers if you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it, right? Especially in a situation where he's definitely going to have a surplus of gold. I mean, he's got 3,000 gold, so he can waste all of the gold he needs. Or he wants, sorry.
He's got 6 monasteries there, so they can just keep adding them anyway.
Yeah. And yeah, Robo now is finally coming to support the right-hand side. Like, they have straight up better units on if they fight together on the right. Like, better camels. The paladins one attack better from the lift, so it's not a huge amount, but the heavy camels are definitely gonna swing it. But they need to mess up for sure. Robo's getting a bit too excited.
If you look at the trade in the back, you can like so look at the Australian trade because of the building, and then look at the Russian trades. You actually notice the speed difference, like quite markedly.
They go super fast.
Yeah, I think it creates a lot more bumping. But yeah, it's kind of sick to see.
Yeah, the Aussies running for trade now.
Yep, Paladin going straight in. Imp camels should just clear out Ripard's heavy camel. Left-hand side.
Look at the right. I mean left, sorry. Yeah.
Fine.
The Aussies are holding.
They are holding.
Look at that, like, the halves are just, like, Burmese is just useless now. Like, if the only unit you can make an imp is halves, like, you're just useless on this map.
Its economy is not feeling too good. 38 on food at this point. It just feels rather underwhelming.
Yeah.
Get those farms up. Come on, go for some chonkers.
Yeah, you definitely want to see it. I mean, what's his trade count? He's got 55 cards, so he's definitely got the requisite gold. He just needs to probably, send converters for that wooden farms for sure.
Piss Chris in and with the Paladin on a good game. Taking out some trade now.
And it's really good, right? Because now they're forcing Halbs away from the left-hand side.
Yep.
They're causing a big reaction. And this is what they need to do, right? When you have mobile units, you need to start pushing multiple places. Because Halbs, at this point in the game, are a bad unit. 9 times out of 10, if you're against full trade, you should be making Halb if you can avoid it.
And there's a 6 Tatar trip, 16 plus 3. You absolutely love to see it. They're just gonna be nuking everything. Rain and death.
I would probably like to see some flaming camels, to be honest, from Alex. Oh, that was a huge shot from there, so. Oof. Did you see that?
I think I looked away the exact second, but man, they're actually the 6 trebs. Like they're literally nuking everything.
Yeah, that's strong.
He's in danger of losing his castle though. That's a little bit sloppy. And it does go down.
Yeah, he probably didn't have bills there. Probably could have called Chris to help, but I mean it's fine. And then Razor's pushing on the left, and he's gonna.
Yes.
That's gonna be a very, very straight raid.
I think he got Treadmill Crane as well. Was it, or was that a Sox? I think it's maybe Sox he got. I don't know if Razor did. Does he go for Bomber Towers or does he go for a castle? He's going to start with the castle. Vinch has the Bomber Tower there as well. It's going to go up super fast. That is Koreans.
Well, this is the thing, right? What unit can they have that is going to be able to stop the push from the left? And it's the only unit is so. So now that push in the middle against Alex or Soxy is just completely gone now. Because help from the Burmese having to run around and chase cavalry raids. And then Robo and Bryce can just keep flooding tabs through the right as well. So it's a really rough spot for the Russians right now, and it probably should be game, to be honest, by deleting the markets.
Genbos are getting into the back of the trade now as well. I think they delete the markets. They have the markets up in the back.
They're doing kind of like that, what Taiwan beat on Kim Island and just send the guy pushing all the stones so we can drop like 8 castles in one swing.
Yeah, that was honestly amazing with Sicilians. It was like, okay, let's just send all the stone to him and they can just.
That was a good moment as well because when when that happened in the game, the guy who was dropping the castles like screamed like, "Who's the carry?" Like, it was kind of a funny moment.
That's probably one of my favorite games, honestly, for that moment.
Yeah. So the Aussies haven't quite done it yet. They still need to push the Bomber Towers. Minch did a good job of damage control, but if you kind of think of that push through the middle as like a valve, the Aussies kind of release all the pressure now, and they can kind of push everywhere all at once.
They've gained some good
just
ground,
because
man.
of the mobility.
Yeah, they've gained some great ground, and the Trebs are behind at this time. Chris is coming over with Paladin of his own. Robo's actually trying to take out Bomber Towers with the camels. I mean, they're Hindustanis, right? So they're gonna go down relatively fast.
Yeah.
Starting to look better and better.
The Aussies have got this game, I think. I don't want to talk too early, but I just don't see a way in which the Russians get back. Like, Warriors got 60 halves at the moment, and they're just doing nothing, you know. They're just chasing.
Yeah, and they're like 80 behind in total military, 80 behind in villager count, so population not looking too good. Ground in the middle's being lost. Left hand side is kind of being cleared up this forward from Razor. But it's just a distraction, like it's more investment for the Russians. And there's still Paladin in the back on the right hand side as well.
Yeah, but like whilst the Russians are clearing up on the left, the Aussies are one in the middle.
Yep.
You know, so like that's the thing. Once you start pushing multiple places, it's kind of like them trying to plug like a flood coming through. You know, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
At some point, it's gonna give, and
it's a good analogy.
And that's what's happening. Yeah.
Razor has petards. I guess they were just for the walls earlier. He made a lot of them. I think he's actually deleting them now. Vital pop space and
good game disconnected.
Oh.
Alrighty, admin. If there's a restart impossible, do you give the win to the Australian team?
It's probably right on the edge case there. I would probably say yes, but I don't know 100% know yet. I'd probably want to have it confirmed with someone else.
I mean, in my unbiased opinion, the game's over. But in my biased opinion, the game is also over. So
yeah. I think honestly, if they couldn't even if they couldn't restore, it's one of those situations the Russians maybe even think like, do you know what? We'll probably just go on to the next one anyway.
Yeah, I think if you're the Russians, you want to restore because you know you're in a bad spot, but you don't see the numbers in which you like the difference in military count, right, and gold count, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously want to restore, but from our perspective, the game is over. I don't think anyone could disagree with that, unless they were like the biggest Russian fan out there.
Yeah, the Vel counts are just insane because there's so much trade from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So someone said Warriors down to 35 Vels, so it isn't that important. Well, let's see if they are able to get a restore. They had one yesterday and it worked, so I'm hopeful.
I want the drama. I want to see you make the decision.
To be honest, it feels like a relatively straightforward decision, right?
Yeah.
You know, the one with Taiwan and Mexico was a lot more complicated. In a sense, it was a shit situation for everybody, where this one feels more straightforward.
Fucking insane.
Let's replay it. Yeah. I want to see another 1 hour 45-minute game easy.
I definitely do not.
Good stuff to do today.
Pete saying 50 trade for full health is questionable. I mean, not really, right? There's a point where you have to start buying wood. You have to buy wood for yourself. So if you intend on making wood units, you do have to be able to supply yourself with wood. So I don't hate him having to trade. I hate his unit that he's making.
I think it's totally fair, yeah. So I don't think I'm going to update the score just quite yet. I want to confirm everything with any other admins if we need to at the very end. Get some second opinions and all that. So I'm going to leave it Russia 1, Australia 0, but likely pending 1 each. So this is likely going to be, I would say 99% going to be a deciding game. But, you know, it's always good to confirm things with other people, right?
Isn't TS tier?
I can be wrong.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
If that game wasn't a win for Australia, I am drafting my AoEs and post right now.
I mean, go ahead, get it drafted. Get it drafted. You can waste some time.
I am I am enlisting Boo to help.
I mean, he's probably got one
So-
already, right? So no plagiarizing. Okay, so we get Chinese
so, looking at
flank
the map. Yeah.
from Vinch. Raypard's pocket with Kajaras. Good game as in pocket with Kimar, and then we're gonna have Warrior out on the other side is Vietnamese. Of course, Vietnamese in your team. And you are probably gonna want to go
Do
for
the
some
damn
lames, yeah.
I think it's hard for Chinese to. It's kind of risky for Chinese to do some laming, so that kind of sucks for Vinch. He's obviously getting lamed by Razor and Chris right now. It obviously hurts.
Chris has been an expert lamer on Arabia, man.
He's
Is
done quite well, but you
he's
just
either-
got to make sure that the build at home is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. He's either been taking boars or he's been stealing sheep. And early lames and Chinese is kind of rough, but Vinch is going to get both of his boars in.
It's kind of funny how the meta swinged into doing like the 2018 full SY double laming after the meta became so aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a good thing. Like obviously laming is pretty, I think, bad for the game, but it's exciting at least. And Alex might lose a build. Oh, good save, but the ball went back on the lame. That hurts, right? And this is the thing with laming, and you probably didn't pay off. And now the Khmer's gonna have a very, very fast uptime. The Robo's build is still okay, but he didn't push any gear. And he's magged out, right? So they don't have a great eco bonus.
Yeah.
They just have the cheap scouts. So in this moment, if I was Robo, I'd be like, fuck. And he's having to get Loom as well.
Yikes. 15 pop, not feeling too good. I'm kind
Yeah,
of happy what we've done with the map. This is the base script from Savannah from Battle of Africa. But when we first loaded it up in 4v4, the TCs were super close together, even like closer than they are right now. So I feel like this is a good kind of distance of what they're currently at, of like in terms of like risk reward for layman. It's not like too sharp. It's going to be really easy to pull off. It does give some. It was like the distance is good enough for like some sort of reaction from the player to at least try and block and get the board back.
Yeah, I mean, the map looks good. The flanks maps all look good with the wood and stuff. Like, the only map that I think is kind of bad is probably Razors. To be honest, with like, because it's got one wood, and then the other wood line is got that hill. And then the forward wood line is the other two hills, whereas Vinch is playing like. He's playing like the old version of Hideout where you don't have balls. You know, like, look at those three wood lines. But
Yeah.
down top of that is golden berries up forward, so.
The gold should be relatively safe for him if he goes for the walls. So you're going to secure the wood and the gold at once, which is kind of nice. But the rest of it's kind of not very good.
And so now this is the cost of laming, right? The Repard and Gem are up, and the Aussie pockets are not up, and they're both going to have less HP. Oh no, only Robo's got less HP, but now it's a timing thing, right? So let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, 18
Soxy's
pop
not
for
up
both the
either.
pockets.
But he's up now.
Does make you feel a little bit nervous.
It does.
Especially in
I wonder
Arabia,
how-
man. Things just snowball so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very different map than what it used to be, thanks to Lock and Anatov. Yeah. But I mean, it's exciting, right? It's good. It's kind of sometimes it's fun to play. Like there's an element of like enjoying the execution,
Mhm.
and some games are very satisfying when everything goes well.
I think
But I
the teams need to be pretty evenly balanced and matched to have a good game on it, just because how snowbally it is.
yeah, It was actually really surprising to see like a full trade post-int game in Arabia. Like you seldom see those.
Dude, that game was brilliant. That was so good.
Oh, but Repard is on Christ now, and that hurts, right? Like, I don't know why Repard. Yeah, Repard just killed the scout. So that's a pretty nice advantage for Repard. And that Gujara Camel is so toxic. What on earth were the devs thinking with that?
The camel scout is just so dumb, isn't it? Why just give him a normal fucking scout? Just give him a normal scout. Like, why? Doesn't make any sense to me. And now he's gonna be making some more. And he's gonna be turning over the bench. So we have a situation where Warrior, Good Gamer on the same side. It kind of feels like it's just going to be a matter of them not dying, and Raypard and Bench is going ham on the other side.
Oh, I like this from the Russians. The Russians are pulling out a team wall. You rarely see that. You very rarely see that. That'd be cool to see play off. But it makes sense. It makes sense with Vinch's map. Is that like having the full team walls? Well, because like if you think about it, right? If Vinch was to make like a cube, it would be the same amount of tilage that he walled around.
Yeah.
And that he's walling to the edge of the map, right? And walling to the edge of the map lets you not have armies come around the back of your base. So I like it a lot.
There is the risk, of course, that if you do get breached, you're generally not gonna have villagers super close. So one palisade can go down pretty fast. It's not without...
But that's okay, right? Because I think the concept of walls is that in a lot of respects they are like a warning, as opposed to letting them like keeping people out. So like if they come in, sweet, just trap them and kill them or force them out again, you know. So
Chris is going for stone wall shed.
it is a weird one, but I guess that kind of signifies that he's going to play lots of scouts and lots of Castle Age. Yeah.
It's not easy to... You can't house wall behind, of course, with funds, so that layer of security is going to be a little bit less. The numbers look alright on the other side.
Yeah, it's very even. It's I think it's a race for Fletching, right? And neither of them have a blacksmith. Oh no, sorry. Warrior has a blacksmith and Soxy doesn't. So that's a pickle, but Alex doesn't have the wood to afford it. He has a lot of food, but not much wood.
Yeah, he's falling quite a bit of food here, and he's now having to go for the tower on the gold. He kind of has to.
Yeah. And once again, that's another 50 food, another 50 wood down the drain, so he can't exactly get his blacksmith up. And now, Warrior's going to be more effective. I think if the Russians are smart, they start to move towards the pocket. Just keep them moving.
Oh, that blacksmith.
I think the worst thing they can do is keep going to the left and getting stuck actually in Toxie's base. And they're doing the exact opposite of what I said. Interesting.
Okay, Villager going to go down from Soxy. I'm just going to start to pressure the ranges now. The blacksmith in the farming territory does get Fletching in straight onto armor as well. Other side looks really chill. Vinch is literally just chilling behind his walls.
Yeah. And
Raypard
is up, and yeah, it's a good build.
Yeah. Not even minute 16 yet. Wow.
Remember's a bit late on armor. If he has armor, they could very easily take that fight. Like the Alex and Robo can beat us up on the left hand side, and that'd be a very good thing.
Yeah, have decent numbers.
Fortunately, the Russians can escape.
They're running back. Only 9 archers out from Warrior at the moment. Soxy gonna keep on chasing. And it looks like they're gonna go for... They're actually gonna extend the team walls, I think, because Vinch is going for more flares on the map.
Yeah, I saw that. I think he did he just get a market or no, he didn't get a market. He just looked over and been like, "Good game. Why the fuck aren't you walled yet?"
Yeah, just wall here, bruv. What you doing?
Yeah, because if I think I would have loved to have seen Christ get in on the command player, but it's still a good raid on the still a good raid on the Vietnamese. Kind of messes up his production.
Yeah, gold. Lost for the meantime. We can see Chris is up as well.
Yeah.
So he went for stone walls at the front and the left-hand side. He's just palisading out in the back.
It's like watching Tim play. I like it. That's an old head move.
It's interesting.
But yeah, clear up.
And Rob was in the wood line.
Yeah, well,
Sorry, Chris is in the wood line. And villagers are going down from Warrior, man. Holy.
that's really good.
He's getting tripled here.
Because now it kind of compensates for the damage that Soxy took. And actually, Soxy's 9 moves ahead of Warrior now. And Razor is up ahead of Vinch. Vinch is going for that, like, 2019 flank archer build. So, the old 1930 click up. Yeah, kind of. It's a close game for sure. I mean, Greffard is very much ahead. But the fact that he went up so early isn't necessarily a good thing in terms of army production, right? Because he's got the 3 TCs up. He's only got 12 farms. And plus whatever bonus that the mill with the sheep provides. So he probably needs like a minute and a half, 2 minutes till he can really start getting his army production going. But I think Aussies are in an okay spot. Obviously, so the Russians. Aside from Marble.
Yeah.
Aside from Warrior.
He's made 8 Sharamshas. I would like to just go and try and raid a little bit with them.
I think raid doesn't make too much some of it like sense because you would assume that everyone would be ward by now. So trying to like kill an army would probably be the best thing you can do. But I don't think you will be able to do anything. Alex thinks to get the walls up. How do Shravamshas go against scouts?
I mean, they do have more attack, right? They're still a little bit underwhelming. I don't think that's... It's not their, like... It's not their strength, right?
Yeah. And Razor's doing a great push of Vinch. Vinch with a good wall, though. So...
Vinch just...
Vinch set up his base nicely.
Just chilling. Literally just chilling. Gets into castle. You never...
Oh, the instant TC.
And it's the TC. Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, but it hurts, right? Because that's ballistic timing.
Oh, an RTC in the back.
Yeah.
Vinch wants to
That's
boom.
the old. Yeah, that's the old. I'm 2K5. I can kind of do whatever I want.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, I'm getting those kind of vibes right now for sure.
Yeah, and it usually doesn't pay off, but we'll see.
Sharamsh's still running around in the back, trying to find something. Haven't so far. Oh, could they dive in the archers? Oh, I think he's gonna.
They should do.
Oh, he decides not to. God damn it.
Now, Repard is greedy now. I love it. He's got no upgrades.
29 farms.
Yeah. Ooh. He's going for the stupid greedy approach. I think the Aussies have to kind of realize this now and try to get some damage on him. Because while she's not that far ahead, it's the farm count that is the difference between the pockets, right? The faster your farm count gets up, the faster you can start to add stables and play that bigger castle age. So I think Christ and Razor need to recognize that.
Yeah, and it's not going to be long. Raypard's going to have just as many farms as pretty much Robo and Chris put together.
Yeah.
Robo getting a second TC down. Chris is on 3. Raypard's economy is looking hella good though.
Raypard and Bitch are literally playing like 2019 and it's hilarious.
And they're just leaving like Warrior out to dry, and he's not even taking that much damage. That's the thing. He's still got 37 vills. He's only 4 behind Soxy. All things considered, it's not terrible. He's It's going to be in Castle
Yeah,
Age as well.
I think with the way that spawned though, leaving Warrior out to dry does make sense in
Mhm.
some respect. Like the way the Russian pockets are kind of back on the edge of the map, and they can only team all with Finch. It kind of makes sense that you would see Warrior being the person that's dead, right?
Yeah, it's just like in no man's land.
Exactly, right. Whereas the Aussie team, they're kind of more uniform, so that's a favourable thing for them. But Razor's playing really good on Finch. Finch honestly is super greedy. Like no ballistics, 3 TC.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few vills
I
on
think
the
what-
wood line. It's not too bad.
I think what Razor does now is I think Razor goes for the 2 TC imp. Gets around 20 to 23 farms, idols, plays for the imp timing. Because that's what they're gonna need to stop Repard. Because Repard has to decide now whether he does like an extended castle age or tries to greet it to imp. If he tries to greet it to imp, then the Aussies need to kind of react appropriately.
+2 armor coming in now. Also got wheelbarrows, so that would tell me he wants to play more for Castle Age.
He probably went like, fuck, I don't know wheelbarrow, to be honest.
And he is making Sharamshas.
Kind of a weird one, not gonna lie.
It's Repard, man.
Like a few Sharamshas. A few Sharamshas is good, but like, why is all of your army Sharamshas? I think the benefit is though of that is that the Aussies are probably quite scared of them, and so that is then like taking pressure off Vinch, who's just playing like Minecraft or Farmville or whatever game. But Razor is going for the fast hit, so Nostradamus. A damn good move.
Repard looking to find a way into Chris now. Greeted by stone walls, so good luck with that one, my friend. Left hand side. There's some dancing in the cab in front, Crossbow's in behind. And Warrior's still alive for the meantime.
Yeah. All Warrior has to do this game is just keep making archers.
Make archers, not die. Just camp that hill, literally.
Yeah. Like, as long as he has a mass, nothing bad can really happen. Because you could make an argument that maybe Aussies could win this fight, but it wouldn't be like... It wouldn't be convincing and it wouldn't be enough to kind of turn the tables on this side, so... It's a super close game.
Bench is up as well, Shed. Getting ballistics as
Yeah,
well. He's
right.
not going to be too far behind Razor.
Yeah.
And he's going
And
to
you
load
would
up.
think that...
He's going to load up an upgrade once he gets the imp without too many issues.
Exactly, that's the thing. Chinese typically do better. Repard got into...
Oh, he's got
Right,
into
right.
Robo.
Yeah, that hurts.
Such an annoying unit to deal with. He's also trying to get into Razor in the back as well. He's literally just spamming Sharamshas now. He's got 30
Yeah.
Sharamshas on the field.
And he's about to go up to him, so
Yep.
Repard doing good. And Chris went to the other side to try completely win the other side. It's a risky move because there's about to be a party in price space with Winchester's Arbalest.
Tricky one. Looks like it is going to pay off. Like KHP advantage now. And yep. Just talked about Warrior not trying to lose his crossbows, and they are gone.
But it's going to pay off, but now the follow-up question is, what did we gain, right? We killed the dead guy. So now, our next thing is, what's the correct decision to do after this? And that one is kind of hard, because if you go raid Repard's going to gather point camels, right?
Yep.
If you raid Good Game, it's kind of an inconsequential player. The biggest issue for the Australian team now is, like, this ARB army coming to Chris's base.
Bench. Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Chris
And
going
Razor
for the
doing a
castle.
questionable move, throwing forward on the bench.
Yeah, I guess no army at home, but it's not the easiest place to come in, right? It's pretty well... There's a lot of TCs here.
Well, the thing is as well, right, is that there's a Impin Repard with the most toxic unit versus
Yeah.
archers. So while he's roaming, he's also kind of like putting himself at risk, whilst his pocket is getting damaged. And realistically, he kind of needs push in the game. Price is up though, which is good.
Yeah, there's forward castle coming in from Razor now as well. The Raypard is just massing these Sharamshas and he gets into him. And straight onto Elite.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Pretty scary stuff.
Chris has had some idle eco, but he's not taking like too many villager losses, which I suppose is at least a positive. Still got 100 plus. Finch is gonna try and sweep around and raise on the back now. Sharamsh is on the gold.
Yeah.
That gold is super exposed.
It's a bit painful. And now look, here's the clear up on the left on the archers and the Sharamshas. Like realistically, it's probably a mistake to be that aggressive. And I think they're going to pay the price for it now.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Because Razor needs Christ with Paladin. Because as soon as he has possible Cavalier, like they can pretty much win any fight versus Sharamshas, but probably did the one decision that was the worst thing to do.
Razor under quite a bit of pressure, still 55 seconds or so away from Imp is Chris. Gonna take more time to get the upgrades as well. He's maybe gonna dive in his orbs, he's thinking about it. There's 43 of them.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think the game's over.
Yeah, Razor just losing a lot of orbs there as well.
I think the scores look better because Warrior is so dead. The Warrior is doing what he needs to do, right? Like he's completely dead, but he's been annoying enough to the fact like the Aussies are still trying to damage him and things like that.
He's still
But
free.
Razor's
He's
just
free
pretty
TC
good.
boom, mate.
Yeah.
So cute. And yeah, Chris didn't even have
And
plus
now
2
that
armor.
Razor's dead, all Repard has to do is switch to Heavy Camel, which he is doing now, and then yeah, he can just patrol through Christ and there's nothing he can really do.
I'm to blame. I said to Finch at NEC, it's like, why are you guys playing Nomad? Just play Arabia, man.
Yeah, you shouldn't let him play Nomad because then I would have been in here, man. I'd be gaming.
Mate, you have to go and watch that Nomad game. It's just an absolute disaster. And they get Repard. He's got green nearly in every base.
Yeah, Repard played really good. So.
He's such a beast in pocket. Like Ming and Repard have impressed me the most, I think, in terms of like Arabia pocket play. They've just been like crazy.
I mean, I've been saying, China will never win another team at tournament unless Ming plays with it. Like that, Ming is 100% the best Chinese player that isn't playing in the top team.
Yeah,
I just don't see it.
I don't know why he's not there when Tim is, you know? Like, to me it's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a political thing, most likely, though. Like, Ming is, in the grand scheme of things, a relatively new player to the scene, so...
Yep, we can maybe count
yeah,
as a tryout
unfortunately-
situation.
As it did.
They're not looking good. Sharamsh is all over. Raypard was even flaring Soxy's base. He's going to be coming back for more. Treb.
Yeah.
Trebs are working away on Razor's castle now. Robo's going to get into Imp. He's going to be on to 10 plus 4. He's getting a bit of a clear up, but heavy camels now are the main danger, of course, from Kajadas.
And this is like the perfect game for Gujarat, that they can just do whatever they want.
But big lead for the Russians. Over 100 military ahead. 100 villagers ahead.
GG.
It's looking total and brutal. But it is a deciding game, so I'm not going to expect the Aussies to give up quite just yet. It doesn't feel good.
I think they played well. It was just like pass lane decision making was kind of the big thing that hurt the Aussies the most. The swing onto Warrior was kind of senseless, but and obviously it's easy for us to say with Bird's Eye View. And that's what you do.
And there it is.
Very sad.
And that's going to be Russia going through then. I'll put the one on Australia now, no drama incoming. I'll put the one there now.
Pretty unfortunate for the Aussies. I think the Aussie team did really well in the main event.
Oh, I mean, probably one of the biggest surprises, right? For sure.
Yeah.
And like Russia I mean, Vinchester Raypart, that's a lot of firepower. That is like a lot of firepower.